George Zimmerman visited the Kel-Tec headquarters in Florida, and for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Kel-Tec headquarters, they're actually the manufacturers of the gun that he used to shoot and kill Trayvon Martin. Now, people are upset about this, including his legal counsel, and we'll get to their quote in just a second. But I think the worst part about this is there's now a photo circulating around the internet where he is at the factory, at the headquarters, and TMZ obtained that photo of him. And I think it just sends the wrong message. Now, it's one thing if he wants to go and inquire about a gun. I know that you guys are probably going to disagree with me on this, but at this point, there are so many people out there that hate him, and they violently hate him, that I wouldn't be surprised if he did fear for his safety. So if he feels compelled to buy a gun in response to that, I can understand the rationale. But with that being said, it's a bad idea to take a picture like that, and it's a bad idea for it to be circulating around the internet. Another thing that I would note is he has this ridiculous grin on his face, which makes it seem like he is loving this attention, and he is doing whatever it takes to continue the attention and to continue maybe making some money off of this ill-gotten fame.
All right, so number one, no, I don't disagree with you. Look, you know, I don't believe in carrying guns. I think it leads to more violence. George Zimmerman is a great example of that. But I understand that some people have at least threatened to harm on him. I'm not at all surprised that he'd get a gun. You can't buy a gun at the Kel-Tec headquarters. That's not where they sell them, right? That's not why he went there. He went there as basically to get that picture, which is, by the way, with the owner's son. And so he can brag and he can get a little bit more famous, and look at this, I'm back to buying the same guns. And he's a piece of shit. Okay, let's just call it what it is. And if you thought, well, he was justified, whatever, I mean, are you really, I mean, for the Zimmerman supporters, are you sick enough that you think, well, he should like brag about this? I mean, the kid's dead. The kid had Skittles. He was wrong. I mean, whether you thought at some point Trayvon Martin got the upper hand or not, Trayvon was not out to rob any place. He was not out to get, he was out to get Skittles, literally, an Arizona iced tea or whatever iced tea it was, right? And he was going to go back. Everybody agrees to that, right? Even his Zimmerman's lawyers agree to that, right? Now, a confrontation happened. Why did the confrontation happen? Because Zimmerman stalked him down, okay? Now you can say, okay, well, you know what? Maybe Trayvon got spooked by it and he started the fight. I'm just taking the best case scenario for Zimmerman, right? Even so, he shot a kid he didn't have to shoot. You're supposed to feel bad about that. You're not supposed to brag about that. You're not supposed to, that's the gun I shot him with. Yeah, I got him. It's a 17-year-old kid who's dead. I mean, have you no shred of humanity that you celebrate that?
The national debate just got so ugly, though, Cenk, that people not only rationalized what they did or what he did, they tried to make it seem as if what he did was the right thing to do. So he has a bunch of people nodding their heads saying, yes, yes, what you did was right, what you did was right. And I think at this point, he probably still believes or does believe that what he did was the right thing to do. So as a result, going around touring these gun manufacturers, taking these pictures is not something that is unethical or immoral or whatever. It's something that he's doing because he might feel proud of what he did.
So two things about that. One, you're right that his supporters have enabled him. Like they built him up to the hero he always wanted to be. When in fact, he shot a 17-year-old kid dead. Even if you thought you had to do it, again, best case scenario for Zimmerman. It's not something you should be proud of. A kid died when he didn't have to die at all. He wasn't out there trying to burglarize anyone. He was just trying to get back to his dad's house. I mean, don't you have any sense of a little bit of remorse or guilt? But apparently he doesn't. He went on the Hannity show and he said, oh, it's God's will. That's it. Okay, haha, right? And like you might have said, okay, let's chalk that up to, and maybe I'm a sucker, and I chalked it up a little bit to, well, he doesn't want to say anything incriminating because he's about to go have a trial and he's going to do this defense. But I hope that at least he felt a little guilty about it. Now I see this picture. No, Zimmerman's a terrible, terrible, terrible guy. And he loves this. He loves that he killed that 17-year-old kid so that he can get this fame and go and brag at these, gun-making factories and headquarters, etc. And he's reveling in it. He's a terrible fucking guy, man. I don't know if you can tell how upset I am, but and by the way, you know who agrees with me? You can tell it. It's obvious. His lawyers.
Yes.
Listen to this.
So I want to read you the quote that his lawyers gave to the press. We certainly would have not advised him to go to the factory that made the gun that he used to shoot Trayvon Martin through the heart. Geez, that wording is interesting. That was not part of our public relations plan.
That's clearly the lawyer saying, this guy's an idiot and a bad guy. We got him off. We're awesome lawyers, okay? But I don't want anything to do with this piece of garbage. He shot the 17-year-old kid through the heart. Now he's going and bragging about it. That's his spokesperson for his own lawyers.
The quote continues, from that perspective, we are George's legal representation, but I don't think he takes our advice on how he lives his life or what factories he decides to tour. We represented him in court. We got the verdict that we believe is just, and the rest of George's life is up to George.
Piece of garbage, man. Look, don't make the same mistake Zimmerman made. Violence is never the right answer. Never. Okay, let's hope that Zimmerman or anyone associated with Zimmerman ever uses a gun again, okay? But, I mean, look, he's so enabled. Do you think he won't do it again? I don't know. Just last month, he was pulled over, had a gun in his glove compartment. As Anna said, maybe it's because he's legitimately worried, etc. But you give him another chance to be, in his mind and in all of his maniac supporters' minds, a hero again? You think he's not going to shoot someone again and tour more factories? I don't know. I don't know. I know that after this publicity stunt, I got no excuses, no nothing. Even the best case scenario, he looks like a total asshole.